let's make this a larger text box. Let's go big. So, is that my fourth quadrant?
No.
No, that's my first. And we use Roman numeral number 1. Do I go this way? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Counterclockwise. So that is 2. This is 3. And you know how you get, take away 2 from 5, you get 4. Just watch this. Take away 2 from 5, you get 4. Take away the letters F and E from 5, and what do you get? F-I-V-E. Take away the F, or take away the letters F and E, and you get the Roman numeral number 4. All right. How many degrees I said? 135. Hold that shift key down. Go back to the shapes tool. So if you move away from the origin, it locks it to every 22.5 degrees. 22.5 is a curious number. Anybody think they know why it's 22.5?
Because it's half of 45.
Because it's half of 45. It's not anything any more complicated than that. So here's 45. If I want 135, I'm already at 90. So I need to go 45 more. So that's a 135 degree angle. Okay. Take your drawing tool, move it counterclockwise, and let's label this as 135 degrees. 135 degrees. That's it. And let's make a -1. Read how you choose. Pick a number between -0 and -360.
272.
272. Fancy. Okay. So shapes tool again. Right hand side. So this is 0. Go down, that is -90. That's -180. -270 would be here. So we're back in the first quadrant. So I'm going to use my shapes tool, and it's literally just a hair. Now watch. You can actually figure this out. Radot said 272, so we need to go 2 more degrees past 90. So if you just move that just a little bit, it's not going to be perfect. And there is a 272 degree angle, but in the clockwise, so this is negative. So there's negative 272 degrees.
How do you get it to move that little?
It's hard. Okay. I'm not going to be too picky. If you're within like 5 degrees, and I'm not even going to be taking out a protractor when I'm measuring this stuff, I'm going to eyeball it. So as long as your 272 is just a hair to the side, to the right, then you're okay. If it's on the left, then that would be -260 something. So the ones that are closer to, these are called the quadrantal angles, 0, 90, 180, and 270. The ones that are closest to the quadrantal angles are probably the hardest ones to draw. Okay. Yes, Mr. Royal.
How do you get that
Degree symbol. When you're in the equation editor, 5th row down, smack dab in the middle. No problem. Addict. So now you do it. A little practice. Draw a 215, a -40, and an 80 degree angle. Just getting used to drawing angles, that's all. All right. Shapes tool. Hold your shift key down. Make it any color besides black. Go to the right every single time. 180 degrees brings it all the way across. So 180 from 215 is 35. So let this shift key up because I need a 35 degree angle. This is going to make it 22.5. So look at the top number. That's a little too big. Right around there. Okay. If you're within a degree or two, that's fine. Make the little arcy. Boom. Done. This time, instead of going counterclockwise, going clockwise. So shapes tool. Go to the right. And I'm going down 40. So look at the top number, not the bottom number, the top number. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. 80 degrees. Go to the right. Looking for the number at the vertex to be 80. That's 81. That's pretty close. That's it. Questions? This ain't hard, right?
Yeah.
Takes some fine motor skills, I grant you that. But beyond that, it's not that hard. Okay. So what happens when it's bigger than 360? Well, we go full rotation. In this case, 480 plus another 120. So how will I know it's bigger than 360? I will show you. So shapes tool, go to the right. We're going to make a 120 degree angle. So remember, it's 90 to the vertical. We need to go 30 more. So look at the bottom. I need to go, I'm sorry, the top in this case. 30 more. A little further, a little further. Boop. Okay, now, to show that it's more than 360, watch. I'm going around one full rotation plus 120. So you just make like a spiral. That's all. Doesn't have to be too fancy. Questions? I'll give you a minute to get caught up. Take a look at the next one. Okay. So two angles that end at the same place. So remember, end means terminal. So if they end at the same place, they are coterminal. Many times we're going to be looking at a positive and negative angle that are coterminal. So if I take away the negative sign, what's 257 plus 103? Remember I told you beginning in class, if you can add and subtract 360, you can do this. So to get the negative angle, if I just do 257 minus 360, I get negative 103. If I take negative 103 plus 360, I get 257. So coterminal angles are always going to be 360 degrees apart. So to find a coterminal angle, you don't actually have to draw it. We just need to add and subtract 360. So look at the instructions here. They are specific. We're going to make one positive and one negative. There are actually an infinite number of solutions. If you want to make my life just a little harder, you can add 360, 372 times. And I will have to go figure that out. It's not that hard. I'm a pretty bright guy. So, if you want to keep it a little easier on yourself, just subtract 360. And that gives me 463. So that would be my one positive. But my problem is, to get my one negative, I can't subtract 360 once. I got to subtract it twice. Okay? So you might want to open up a Desmos. Starting with 463. So 463. So instead of repeated addition, which you learned back in second grade, is now repeated addition is, so instead of subtracting 360 twice, I do 360. What did you learn back in second grade? Multiplication. Okay?
I just did minus 260 minus 360.
You learn that in second grade, third grade?
Yeah, it's third grade.
Okay. Wow, what'd you do for 2 years? A lot of colors and shapes. And
Well, on a what?
colors and shapes. Shapes. Negative 257. We just looked at that one. So we're subtracting 360 twice. And I got negative 257 degrees. You do the other three. Okay. I only need one positive and one negative coterminal angle. So just keep adding or subtracting 360 enough times that you get one negative, one positive. Now we'll come around. Questions? And these aren't the only answers. Okay? I don't care as long as it's coterminal.
So coterminal means you just...
Coterminal means they're going to end in the same spot. Okay? That's all. All right. So let's make a 310 degree angle. So go back to the shapes tool. Go to the right, 310 puts me in what quadrant? First, second, third, or fourth? Because it's 0, 90, 180, 270. So it's going to have to be 40 degrees past that. So don't put the shift key down. We want 40 degrees from the vertical. So the bottom number should be 40 down here. Or close to it. Okay? So 310. That's in quadrant 4. IV. On the same graph from the previous step, draw a positive coterminal angle. So I just need to go another 360. Okay? So, whoopsies. Already got black. Let's go red. So 1 times 360 plus 310. 360 plus 310 is equal to 670. 670 degrees. And then we're going to go back the other way. Okay. A little preview of what we're going to be doing in like 2 minutes. Maybe 5. So if my angle to the vertical is 40, what's my angle to the horizontal going to be? Remember, every axis makes a right angle. Somebody said it. 50, okay? So different color. So we're going backwards. So that's going to be negative 50. And we'll talk more about how you can calculate that in a few minutes. You're going to try one more of these on your own. Go to the next page. They give you the angle. I think it's a negative 400. Am I right? So make the original angle and answer all the other questions for the next one. So make your initial side. And then we're going negative 400 this way. So somewhere around there. Okay? So we're going to be in the 4th quadrant. How many more degrees after 360 is 400? 40. So we go back to our shapes tool, and we want 40 from the top. That's 35, right around there. Oh,
Sick. Oh, I did that one.
I made the spiral first. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, so we're in the 4th quadrant. IV.
Oh, it's negative.
Okay, same graph. We're going to draw a positive coterminal angle. So this time we're going to start here and go. Whoopsies. Start here. I don't like it being. I don't like crossovers. It's like crossing the streams. Crossing the streams.
Yeah.
Crossing the streams.
Oh,
Ghostbusters. There we go. Don't want to cross the stream. Okay. I lost my green. Okay. So, how many degrees is that going to be? So negative 400 plus 360 plus 360. What's that going to be? Negative 400 plus 360 twice, so 720 minus 400 is 320 degrees. Okay? And then if I just want the negative, didn't we just say how far down this was? How many more was it? It was 40. So it's negative 40. Negative 40. I got green, we got purple. Let's go red. Okay, so that's negative 40 degrees. Now that angle we just created actually has a specific name. This is the last new thing we're doing. Okay? It is called the reference angle. Okay, it's called a reference angle for a simple reason. Most of the time in this life, we are talking about walking on a horizontal surface. So reference angle is always made with the horizontal axis. Okay? The exception to that, remember I told you earlier, where is 0?
Up.
0 is up for what? Ships and planes. So 0 degrees for a ship or a plane is up. Why? Because where's the North Pole? Okay, so the North Pole is 0, and everything that's a bearing is off of the north. Okay? So then, of course, there's north, and then there's true north. Why is there north and true north?
Because of the Earth.
Because of magnetism. Okay. All right. Okay. So, reference angle. So, in the fourth quadrant, your reference angle is whatever comes up, however many degrees it needs to go up to the horizontal. In my third quadrant, it's how many degrees I need to go back to the 180. In the second quadrant, it's how many degrees I need to go to the 180. And in the first quadrant, it's really easy because the reference angle is the angle. Okay? It is always an acute angle. What do you know about acute angles? Less than 90, but bigger than 0. So acute angle is always between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Does it include either one of those? No, it does not. Okay. Because a 0 degree angle is 0, and a 90 degree angle is not an acute angle. It's a right angle. Remember we just did that at the beginning of class? Okay.
Whoa.
Okie dokie. So here we go. 510 degrees. So make a 510 degree angle. Shapes tool. Go to the right. 360 from 510 is 150. So we're going to make a 150 degree angle. So that from 90 degrees, how many more do we have to go from 90? 60. So look at the bottom number, and we change that until it's, look at the top number, change that until it's 60. Okay? The bottom number is your reference angle. Okay? How many degrees is it from 150 to 180? 30. And that is your reference angle. Okay?
Oh.
So here is my 510 degree angle, but my reference angle is how many more degrees I need to go to the horizontal. Okay? And that's the last new stuff. That's what a reference angle is. Always with the horizontal. Doesn't make a difference how close it is to the vertical, but it's only 1 degree off. Why can't that? Because that's not the definition. Definition is always with the horizontal. So taking that into account, find your reference angles for those 3. Make the angle, then find the angle that it will take to get to the horizontal. Always made with the horizontal. This is the easiest one. Let's see if you can figure out why it's the easiest. I start at the horizontal. I go down 72. How far is it back to the horizontal? 72. So all you do is take the absolute value of that one. Okay? So if you have a negative angle between 0 and negative 90, my reference angle is the absolute value of that. Just get rid of the negative sign. Okay? All right. You know everything's being recorded, right? And this is public. So 360 plus how many more? 45. So I should hold down my shift key. So here's my original. I'm starting here. I finish there. How many more was it to get there?
45.
That's my reference angle. And that's as easy as it gets. This is the easiest lesson you're going to have for this whole unit.